Hello everyone. Terry Val's here. I apologize, I'm eating as well. So, yeah. I am gonna do this so I can hear. There we go. Alright. So, we just got done with the high luminary task. Now we gotta go fight a giant thingy. Wait. Ah. Alright. Fight the huge thing that was trapped in ice in this thing, so. Good, you're back. Much I will explain, but by the time I arrived to investigate, a sudden surge in aether. Already fallen giants everywhere. Right now, everyone's preoccupied with treating the wounded. Pray, catch your breath, and then lend a hand when you can. Ah! Here, sure, I'll take this. Hold on a second. There we go. If you're ready, there are many injured here who need aid. You should find anyone passed out from their wounds. I ask that you alert me to them. Otherwise, I shall be tending to whoever requires most urgent healing. And gather here once we find people that hurts. You, third promise's protector. Everything was bathed in bright red. Searing heat enveloped my entire body. Couldn't move. He's fine. Alright. Ah! My wounds are nothing serious. There's dryness in my throat. It's as if all the moisture left my body. I thought they were riding a toy train there for a second. Sorry about that. Hold on. Sorry, I'm pretty sure you guys didn't want to hear me chewing. Ugh. Everything burns. A touch of cloth is agony. Yet I will live. Leave me. The others more in dire need of help. I butchered that. enter. Very good. Burns. Orange is just fire. I need new gear. I need new gear. Is there a way to, like, temporarily lock my class level? Sky Pirates. Nope, I can't do anything. Sorry about that. Well, I've been coughing all day. Don't know what I can for now. The injured you found were awake and alert at then. As well. We left the injured as comfortable as we could. Many were suffering burns to a greater and lesser degree. The fire swept through this village? The details aren't clear. Once I healed a giant attacked by that mountain bird, the group's leader, Folklore, I believe they called him, bade me to depart. Then I felt the intense wave of Aether. Returned to find Molo's echo in this state. Rushed over the first giant I saw. With delirious pain, he repeated the same warning. Velagamda has broken free. Must I contact you? Well, we're going to need more information. Before that, we can deal with the situation. Yes, we should speak with the Temple Guard. See what's become of the Skyrune's prison. That's one way to do it. High Luminary grants you entry and awaits you within.
What happened?
So it's true. The ice has failed.
Murwar, tell them what you told me.
A short while ago, a claimant paid us a visit. Who enters this hallowed hall?
The two-headed one.
Ah, a claimant.
Oh. And here we have the mighty Valigarmata.
A terrifying withdrawal. With every awakening, it has seared its ruinous name into the memories of a new generation.
What a good little terror. You've stayed napping right up until the day I needed you.
Explain yourself.
It is as they say. Kulul Jaja caused its magic to run rampant, trapping it in a frozen prison of its own creation. Clever. Clever. To unmake it, it would be quite tricky. 2 spells must be cast at the exact same moment. A conflagration intense enough to melt the ice, and awakening flame to rekindle the slumbering Vitral's soul. The only ones capable of such harmonious execution would be the heads of reason and resolve. And the blessed siblings, Bakul Jaja.
You mustn't!
Okay, surely this would disqualify him.
But I already have. Rise and rage, little terror.
It's Slifer, the executive producer.
I might have overdone the fire a bit.
Utter madness. Why have you done this?
Because he's a twit.
For the throne, of course.
You unleash calamity for your own gain? Have you any idea how many may die?
Wreak havoc, Valigarbanda. Live up to your legend.
You just let him go?
A messenger to Tuli Yolol has been dispatched. The Landsguard will send a contingent, I am sure. But there is no telling when they will arrive.
Idiot! This monstrous act is a step too far, even for him!
So, what's the plan?
If we leave the withdrawal to others, it will be a massacre. Some might call it the wiser choice, if I don't want to fall behind the competition. But I could never live with myself. And my supporters deserve a better ruler. So that's that. I will stay and fight Vali Yarmanda. This is an enemy so powerful that even my father failed to slay it. Alone, I don't stand a chance. I understand you've no obligation to aid me outside the right of succession. But for the sake of Urkopacha and its people, I beg you, join me in this battle.
You even have to ask? Yeah, exactly. As if you had to ask.
Far be it from us to abandon a dear comrade in her time of need.
Dear comrades now, eh? I have to say, it does have a comforting ring to it.
She looks... I will admit, Mook Lamont looks adorable.
Knowing someone has your back makes it easier to do what you have to do.
And what will we do? One committed to winning the contest above all else would race on ahead.
Really?
If you're resolved to slay Vali Garmanta, we'll need to find out where the beast went.
That's what we have you for, old friend.
Inform the Pelo of the danger. They may need to flee to lower ground.
So, Val, any ideas of how we track down the creature? The tried and true method is comparing sightings with other signs of passage, the most reliable. But it is also the most time consuming. Second option, not as reliable as the first, but if we're lucky, will let us discern the Skyrim's whereabouts far more quickly. Through a Tural Vadril of extraordinary nature, it is still a creature of this world. Like you and me, is sustained by corporeal energy and possesses a unique ethereal balance. Which means this device should come in handy. A floating hand? That's not the time to be playing with toys. This is no toy. It's an ethereal seeker. As the name suggests, and gleaners use it to detect ethereal aether of living beings. And you've had that in your pack this whole time. I'm calibrated to follow a specific ethereal prospect. The problem with Velgramna, however, is that it can shift freely between the element of fire, ice, or lightning. Well, we know that in order to awaken Velgramna from its icy imprisonment, Bakul Jaja spells with quickened fire aspirate aether. The residents here weren't uniformly affected by the burns. Therefore, the logical conclusion is that, upon breaking free, he unleashed a great fiery blast. And choice is plain: fire. Seeker, however, is not without its faults. As we are not able to input our quarry's unique ethereal signature in advance, the device will respond to any living source of fire-aspected ether. So we have the reliable yet slow method versus potentially swift but easily misled Gleaner tool. I say why not pursue both methods at the same time? Good idea. I'll first fall back on the second fails. You trouble with me then, Tyrellius, in case the Seeker leads me to some other fiery fiend. The rest of us can stay behind to talk to eyewitnesses. The more Skyrun sightings we can compare, the more accurate our information will be. No objections? I shall remain here in the village. Very few are seriously injured, but I am wary of wounds affected by a creature like Velogramda. I should like to be close at hand should their conditions suddenly worsen. Right, sounds like we all have work to do. Should be on our way as well. I'll head to the outskirts of the village first, then secret detect fire aether. Right, Seekers usually go. Seekers ready to go. Well, Lord's Echo is still suffused with the residual aether, so I've concluded from the search area to prevent it from swamping the sensors. Let's begin tracking. Affirmative, tracking nearest source of fire aspected aether. Source of fire, expected ether located, tracking disengaged. Not quite the legendary creature we're after. Would you mind dealing with the fire sprite? You continue to confuse the teacher for leaving me. Necessary measure, I'm afraid. Try this again. Affirmative. Tracking nearest source of fire expected ether. What is that? That's a new one. Frightening enough, but again, not what we're looking for. If you'd be so kind. My thanks. It has to be giving me trouble because they're who I'm talking to. Seeker, resume tracking. And do try to point out something useful this time. Affirmative. Another one? Another remnant of Villanava's last rampage. Prayer flames registered to the Seeker as corporeal ether. In the words of Toriel's saga, when Valigarmanda rages out of control, its fire burns forever, and ice does not thaw. Its ice does not thaw, and its lightning crackles without cease. Thus was the Dawn Serpent able to turn Skyrune's perpetual magic against itself, trapping it within an unmelting prison of ice. This is no mundane fire, but some kind of everlasting sorcery. Once again, it's a strange feeling to see fanciful poetry proven true. The important thing is that the fire was classified as living aether. We can feed a sample into the Seeker and greatly improve its accuracy. One moment. There. Now the Seeker should ignore Ethereal's signatures, but Velamanda's. Had I realized this was possible from the start, then you needn't have fought those creatures after all. My apologies. Seems I still have much to learn from this journey, as a gleaner and as a guide. This time the Seeker should be attracted solely to the creature's aether. Resume tracking. Affirmative. Sample ethereal signature detected. Engaging accelerated pursuit mode. Pardon me? Oh. Ow! Good. Secrets drawn directly to Skyrim's fire. Now we know where the correct parameters of the reactor is about. I'll try increasing the threshold of etheric concentration. I should direct us to the Turiel itself. Recalibrating. Alright. I think we'd notice if he was inside this passage. Let's head through to the other side.
The trail ends here, it seems. Could Valigarmanda have shifted its elemental aspect? It does have 3 to choose from, after all. In any case, I'm almost certain the Vitral was headed in the direction of Warkor Lardor. We should let the others know we have a likely location.
Alphino is assisting the Yokhoi with their evacuation. He thought they could use a healing hand with the injured.
Huh?
So where is Valigarmanda?
Warkor Lardor. Its stratified layers contain a wealth of crystals, said to be the source of its many-colored glow. After 80 years of imprisonment, the Vitral will be in dire need of sustenance. It would have been drawn to the mountain's energies.
So Valigarmanda seeks to replenish its ether.
Then we'd better not give it the chance.
Stop!
That mountain is sacred ground. I forbid you to set foot on it.
Sorry, It is not our intention to trespass. But you must understand, that's where Valiarmanda has gone. If we don't slay it now, it will slaughter countless innocents. Just like in the old days, I beg you, permit us to enter.
Out of the question.
Jeez.
Your band is incapable of defeating Valikarmanda. Either you seek to defile Warkor Lara Dor, or you are fools.
If you doubt their chances, how would you feel were we to join them?
Hey!
The monument to Valigarmanda's defeat bears the names of 7 heroes. With our forces combined, we also number 7.
Seven weaklings are no less doomed than 4.
Zoralcha, you've come to help as well.
Against my sound advice. While the rest of you were tussling with this sky ruin, we might have secured an insurmountable lead. A minor delay. It will not change the contest's outcome. I would take the measure of this Tural Vidral my father was unable to kill.
With both my brothers here, this battle is all but won.
Your celebration is premature. I never said I would let you pass.
Brother, no! We do not bear arms against our own people!
What an odd thing to say. As I recall, the inhabitants of Chir Wagur Sultan do not consider themselves members of the Tuliyolal nation. I'd hardly call them our own people.
Jeez, Surreal, you're... Ugh.
What does that matter? Members or not, everyone in Tural is part of our dream for peace. If you would hurt them, then you'll have to go through me.
And me.
She saved me from the mountain bird. Now, then, the same eyes. Eyes of stone. Words of stone. We are still in her debt. This is true. Consider the debt repaid. But do not misunderstand. We do not submit to Tuliolan rule.
Man, this is making my throat hurt.
Aye, you've made your point. We can talk more once the contest is over.
I ask your name.
Wuklamat, protector of peace, and soon-to-be Dawn servant.
Even people with wildly different ideals can find understanding through earnest discussion. I believe that, wholeheartedly.
As do I. I won't give up until we reach a compromise.
Assuming you survive. My old bones and I will be waiting here for the true heir's return.
Coward.
Your thoughts have always been a mystery to me, brother. But I'm relieved to see you put aside the contest for the sake of the greater good.
Our nation is a fortress, and its people the bricks with which it is built. The more that are lost or broken, the weaker Tuliolol becomes. Even the crudest rock has value as a stepping stone.
Jerk.
Come on, you two. Forget about the right of succession for now, and help me fight this overgrown snake bird.
Oh, she used the name. Oh, I swear I did not know about this. So literally the flying snakebird thing in the title, yeah.
I don't care how strong the Sky Ruin may be. We're going to put this menace down for good.
Woohoo! During this quest, by using the duty support system, you have the opportunity to take this trial. Oh. And no one's shooting for it. I'm gonna have to do an NCP thing, aren't I? I'm gonna BRB, guys. I'm gonna get some more food and stuff. BRB. I am back. Whew. Sorry, I was also coughing my head off. So apparently, you can cough so hard that you violently fart. So. Ow! That's new. Gotcha. Whew.
Innovation is the key to victory! Out of my way!
Oh. Shoot. Did I just waste the... Woo! Woo!
We did it. We slew Valiarmanda. A feat that even the great Gulul Chacha couldn't manage. For you, Papa!
There's no denying it was an impressive achievement, but I wouldn't be so quick to claim we've outdone Father. The Federal was weakened by decades of imprisonment. Had we faced it in its prime, we wouldn't have fared a fraction as well.
How can you say that? 80 years couldn't have made that much of a difference. Could it?
Well...
Oh, who am I kidding? Papa's still the best.
Not well today, though.
I did, didn't I? Even if it wasn't at full strength, we defeated a living legend. I swear, I'll surpass the old man one day.
Oh, come on, not even
The
smile.
sky ruin lies dead. And still, I've yet to prove myself the miracle.
Well, I suppose we should head back and join Erenville.
We did leave him with only Sarelja for company.
Ugh. She's still giddy. I like that. Your proud expressions bespeak a successful hunt. Not that I'm surprised at least. Zoral Jah came back earlier, but left almost immediately with Saral Jah in tow. Seemed disinclined to share any victory or celebration. That's nothing unusual for him. No, it's Bakul Jaja that concerns me. Probably far ahead now. Still can't believe he did something so evil to slow us down. If he hadn't misled Velamajar. The bird snake. It wasn't only or Kampaja at risk. There would have been deaths across the entire continent. I'm more concerned than ever that Bogo Jaja cannot be allowed to rule. I have to catch him and take him back to my keystone. Oh! Ethergurt. The Okhoi must still be anxious, wondering when and where the creature will strike next. Suggest we hurry back and allay their fears. Yes, you're right. Shouldn't let them worry about it another moment. Alright. Before we do anything else, we should talk to Gerfler.
To the temple, then?
That won't be necessary, heroes of the hour. Valigarmanda is no more. Yours is a victory worthy of song.
We had plans for a second feat to be conducted here in town. But the recklessness of your fellow claimant has rendered them pointless.
A second feat?
The feat of ice. You are to fortify Valigarmanda's prison. How shall we proceed, High Luminary?
What more would we test, Zurmurwer? They have defeated the Sky Ruin and saved the gods know how many lives. If they are not worthy heirs to Gulul Jalja, then no one is. Now that our last claimant has arrived, we can proceed with the formalities. For the skill and bravery the three of you have shown, I award you each a second keystone.
That makes 5. Only 2 left to collect.
3.
Except that one of those 5 is in Bakul Jaja's thieving hands. He will answer for that. And for losing Valigarmanda.
You have brought lasting tranquility to our home and earned the gratitude of every Yokhui. May glory and prosperity continue to bless Tuliolol as we enter this new age.
Was never much of a talker, our brother.
Unfortunately.
If you're up for it, you should visit the capital. I'd like everyone to get to know you and your people better.
Ha! I'll consider it. If it's one of you two who claims the throne.
Then you need only await a missive from Sunperch. I'll be sending out invitations.
Today is a day for unusual visitors.
You woke Lamat, was it not? I doubted you could slay Valikar Manda, but the quiet skies proclaim your triumph. Had the Vidral been suffered to roam free, it would have terrorized us all. Once again, we find ourselves in your debt.
You owe us nothing. We fought because we wanted to.
Yet a debt has been incurred. All the same, it will haunt me if I do not repay it.
I wouldn't even know what to ask for.
Perhaps he can tell us about the dreams of the Golden City.
Oh, good idea! That was on my list of questions I wanted to ask.
The Golden Dreams. Yes, we have records of our forebears and their visions from the time before the Shaktural expedition.
What did your forebears see?
A heavenly land, suffused with a golden glow. Its people lived as gods, never aging, never dying, free from hardship and conflict.
Sounds nice.
Every building was a palace, and in their midst reigned a silent goddess, a statue so tall even my kin would need lift their gaze to behold its visage.
A statue of a goddess. That's new.
Aye, and compared to the abstract imagery we'd previously heard, this was a detailed description.
The dreamers were consumed by their visions, compelled to seek out the paradise they'd been shown. They journeyed to Shaktural, where they died in droves.
Those who go in search of the Golden City do not return. The tales Wook Evu shared may have been rooted in historical fact.
Perhaps. Who can know the truth of it? Once our ancestors left the forest, there were no more dreams, nor dreamers.
The forest? What do you mean?
From the very first, the visions were set to visit only those who worked the quarries in Yaktel, but after they were ravaged by disease and saw fewer newborns, they were forced to abandon that territory. Once our people's withdrawal to Urkopacha was complete, we never again dreamed of the Golden City.
So only Yokhui in that one specific area experienced the visions. Fascinating.
Well, we're headed to Yaktel next. Maybe we'll find out more when we get there. Thank you for sharing your stories with us.
I do not require gratitude. I merely repaid a debt. Farewell, Wuk Lamat. I do not think our paths will cross again.
Chances are it will. Holy cow. I barely come up to this guy's knee. I don't think that Vorpolor and his brethren have sudden change of heart about Triali. But that doesn't mean that they'll never change at all. Today's proof of that. I think it's time we return to Triali. After scaling Trial's tallest mountain and battling legendary beasts to death, dauntless heroes like you could probably use a rest. In any case, there are preparations made before we can visit the next destination laid out in the saga. You should be most welcome. I believe I hear the 4 cabins calling our name. Farewell. I want to try. Da, 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 da. Oh, Ashley. It's pretty cheap, honestly. Seriously? Yeah. Ugh. We'll see how much this sells for. Not much. I'm gonna have to clear out my inventory. Or clean it up. Rest well, everyone. We can meet back here later on. I have a small errand from the city, so I'll leave you to recover. Will you be heading to the palace? Well, come on, did you hear me? It's one of the world, it seems. Well, no matter. I'll be back soon enough. I intended to stand by to unlock your cabin. Enjoy your stay. Best way I know. Which one's my cabin? Oh. Welcome back, Mr. Alden. Your cabin's just left as you left it. Minus a light layer of dust. Light layer of dust. Nice little vacation.
You have a moment?
Yeah.
There's something I wanted to talk to you about.
What is it?
So,
Yes. Oh.
It's just too stuffy in here, that's what. We should go outside. Aye, a nice walk in the fresh air. That's what we need.
She okay? Sorry to drag you away from your nice, comfortable cabin, but I can feel the walls close again. Oh, I know. I'll take you to one of my favorite places in Triali. That should help me keep my thoughts in order. We'll go to the restricted quarter and make our way up there. That's spooky! Ishva, what are you doing up and about? Your back feeling better? It's much healed now, so don't make a fuss. Besides, I can't be lounging in bed all day when you're out there fighting your hardest to win the throne. You have to claim it with the greatest love for peace. I love this nation of ours. Lending you my support is the least I can do. When I see you smile like that, how can I not be encouraged? Oh, it's plenty more who believe in your cause. I can recruit a whole battalion of smiling faces if you think it'll help. Yours alone is more than enough. Thank you, Bishwa. And thank you, Third Promise. I shall pray for your success in the contest. All those smiling faces. Sorry, Terrelli, I'm getting distracted. It's just that with the progress we made in the final contest, these everyday encounters are feeling more and more special. Do you think you could take our time and maybe wander around a little first? Then we can head to that spot I was thinking of.
This is much better. I used to come here all the time when I was little. I'd look out over the whole city, and whatever worries I had would seem so small. Do you remember what I said at the top of Warkor Zormor? That I would fight to preserve Papa's peaceful Tural?
Of course.
Well, I've been thinking a lot since then. About what peace really means. If it's just the absence of war. And it brought to mind all the best parts of our journey so far. I realized nothing gives me greater joy than the happiness of others. Life has its ups and downs, but the company of family and friends and the music of their laughter is what makes it worth living. And as silly as it might sound, I've come to believe that those smiling faces are the best measure of peace.
That's the right thing I expected you to say.
Really? I feel proud somehow. It's an answer I arrived at by trying to be true to myself. That you think I succeeded, it means a lot. So, this is my plan.
When I become Dawn's servant, I'll build on Papa's peace. Our people will live together in harmony.
Good grief.
It's just like Kryl said. By taking the time to hear their concerns, understand their feelings, and consider how best to serve, with each passing day, I'll be that much closer to becoming the leader I want to be. It's hard for me to say how much I've changed since the contest began. But there's one thing I can say with confidence. I wouldn't have come this far without you as allies. If it wasn't for you all listening and feeling and thinking along with me, I would have never learned so much. And in so short a time. There are 2 keystones left. After everything that's happened, and imagining what could happen, are you still willing to walk this path with me?
Come this far.
Thank the gods for that. Well, I've nothing else to get off my chest. I need to head to the palace, but I'll see you back at the caverns.
I'm not curled up. Alfie. Those of you good spirits, I assume you'll leisure time as well spent. I was glad to snatch some quality sleep myself. After all, I will soon be back on the road for us. Sure, the others will be along shortly. I do hope everyone's well rested. Now we've refreshed ourselves somewhat. Let us consider our claimants as they have currently stand. Zoro, Jaja, Kona have completed their feat thus far and hold 5 keystones apiece. Ultimat will be unequal to them, but for Bakul Jaja's thievery, which has left us one short. A conniving braggart didn't so much as lift a finger to feat of proof and wreaked havoc during the feat of ice. Can't have more than 3 at most. He may think he can simply steal what he needs to win, but is surely mistaken. I will take back what is mine, this I swear. Do I have? Yeah. I fear that reclaiming Keystone might not be enough, as a Bakul Jaja is unleashing Faramana as an indication. Using his lead, I anticipate he will move to obtain the remaining keystones before disrupting his rival's attempts. We may all find ourselves being forced to take from one another. Can't say I'd be comfortable with that. Neither will I surrender my claim to the throne so easily. As for the sake of preserving the happiness of my people, I will do what I must. Last two keystones we require are those of the Lay of Repast and the Lay of Brotherhood. The former depicts the succession of hostilities between the Mambulja and the Zabral in the forest of Tekial, specifically near a village called Ixabrach. That's where I was born, if you recall. I've been back there since Papa took me when I was a baby. Where the Lay of Brotherhood takes place, however, is unclear. In Saga, it said that a former explorer came seeking an audience with Dawn Servant. It's a little more than that. It also has a similar tale. The explorer Ketagran befriended a two-headed king known as the Artog before commencing his travels across Toriel. He journeyed here several times afterwards, but was ultimately lost at sea. At least, that's the commonly held belief. Your two-headed king certainly sounds like Papa. This Ketagran fellow must have come to Toriel. If he indeed arrived some 80 years ago, the capital may not have been built yet. Vestiges of Hoktoi architecture notwithstanding. Wait! You said Artok, didn't you? The Ketagran must have met the Dawn Servant in Mamok. Mamok? Isn't that a city? One of the grandest in Toriel. Once upon a time. And the seat of Mamul Jah's homeland. It too lies in Tirti, not far from Ixabrach. All things considered, Yakti seems to be obvious choice for our next destination. From here, the safest method of travel is by dirigible. We should make our way to the landing point once our preparations are complete. We're riding one of Kohan's balloons? Can't be any worse than ships, can they? We'll see. I'm curious about this level 96 armor. I think I'm gonna regret it. What does it look like? I've seen the chest piece. Oh, sweet mercy. I feel like I'm gonna regret this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I'm scared. But what about for Reaper? Okay. Oh my god. I have no words. We're eventually going to a leather bar, apparently. Just Oh god. Oh my god. No. Next flight will be leaving shortly. Passengers are asked to keep hands, legs, and luggage inside the dirigible at all times. Uh-oh. Are we sure this thing will stay in the air? All the way to Yaktail? Are you ready? Bags packed and goodbye, said. There's no going back once we lift off. Not that I'm nervous or anything. I'm just making sure that you're not nervous. Hey, come on. Oh, who am I kidding? My knees won't stop shaking. You hold my hand. Just to listen my nerves. Of course. You're the nicest person I've ever met, Sterling. I'll try not to crush your hand. There she is! Third promise. Just wait a moment. My blue and Tubli. Of course, of course. I'll wait as long as you need. Really? Sorry to delay you, but we were to discover the origins of Kuriel's ear ring. Is that so? I said before, it gained popularity in Yogg-Trol and has proven as a protective ward for travelers, correct? That's right. We tracked down the elderly merchant from whom first sales are attributed. According to him, the design imitates an accessory worn by a foreign mage he met at market some 20 years ago. Little did he know that charming taste of salt would prove to be a commercial triumph. A foreign mage wearing this earring could only be your grandfather. Did the merchant happen to mention which maker? One in Yoktai, where it seems you're already bound. With luck, I shall set my next clue when we arrive. It's a mere coincidence that brought my grandfather there. It's another discovery to look forward to. Hydrate, thank you so much. Thank you both for coming all this way. Anything for the third promise? Good luck with the rest of the ride. Thanks, I won't let you down. Just gotta board this dirigible and I'm as good as there. Last call for passengers. Thank you so much, Vady. Hey, how you doing? Thank you so much for the raid. Oh, how do you do the shout out again? Is it like... It's been a while since I've done this. I'm sorry. There we go. For those of you who don't know, my name is Sirius Vals. I'm a variety streamer, game YouTuber, VTuber. Yeah, I'm a variety streaming VTuber. I do a bunch of games, mostly MMOs. And right now we are playing some Final Fantasy XIV. We just got done with the fighting the giant snake bird. And I find it hilarious that Wuklamot said the exact same thing. So, I can't be the only one. Normal stream days are Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. US Central Time, except for D&D nights, which are always going to be on Mondays at 5. I have a YouTube account, and it's under the same name. And I also do have a Discord. Feel free to check that out, too. We are 2 away from 200 followers. Come on, guys. It was... I will say, I was hoping for some people to queue up for it, but the NPCs did a good job. I really hope she wins. Quack. Yakti will test her mettle, without a doubt. The next strong servant must be willing to bear the full weight of the nation's history, no matter how heavy it may be. So I am...
The fierce Shebral hunters who laid claim to this land call it the Azure Forest, Yaktel. Battered by meteors in ancient times and colored mesmerizing shades of blue and green by nature, it is easy to understand why the place is so named.
And in the back you can see Titus and Yuna having a makeout session. Oh no, she's airsick too!
Where the Shebral and Mamulja once battled for dominance, that the right of succession would reach its climax.
Welcome to Yavin 4.
Are you all right?
I've never been good with heights.
Oh great, so she gets airsick and seasick.
The vegetation is far denser than in Kozumauka.
I suggest you pay more attention to the ground, unless you want to walk straight into a cenote.
A what?
A cenote?
Sinkholes filled with rain and groundwater. Many meteors fell here long ago, it is said, and after they struck the earth, it became susceptible to erosion.
Lovely.
Deep as some of the pits are, you'll not climb out in a hurry should you take a tumble. So, don't take a tumble.
It was one time.
Is the Shebral community depicted in the Lay of Repast close by?
Aye. We need but follow the path a short way west.
Right. I can't stand here with my knees knocking forever. Let's get going.
Alright. Yeah, guys, if you need to have your after stream care, feel free to do so. And I want to thank you guys for rating. Let's continue on. By the way, I tried on the level 96 gear. Oh my god. I don't. I don't know what we're gonna come up against to make it look like I'm going into a leather bar, but hey, whatever. Thick vegetation comes reduced visibility. I advise you to keep someone in sight at all times. Oh no, there's no one in sight! Oh, wait. I need more greens. What the heck is that? Oh, I thought... It's a lemur! Huh. Good, everyone's accounted for. Isabrachas is up ahead. Let's be on our way. Uh-oh, who fell? Arabelle was not exaggerating about the sea notes. A grueling ordeal to climb out of one. Whew. Well, thankfully made without incident. Let's not delay any longer. Ready to head on in? Our first task should be finding the Elector. Hopefully our relative tardiness will not reflect poorly on us. The third promise in her retuned, I presume. You presume right? I seek the Dawn Servant's Elector. Then come and join us in the Garden of Stars, at the village center. Everyone is waiting for you. Everyone? And who might they be? There's but one way to find out. Come, let's follow. I need to get the crystal. The crystal! Are you serious?
At last, we are graced by the presence of the third promise.
If I'd known we'd be waiting on your mangy hide, I wouldn't have bothered with Ligarmanda in the first place.
You self-serving piece of weaver dung! Do you have any idea how many could have been hurt?
Now that we are assembled, let us begin. My name is Hunmuruk. As Ibrash Rash, I have the honor of serving as Elector on behalf of my people. as all 4 claimants must be present for this feat, we have eagerly awaited your arrival. Third promise, if you would please join us.
Hi. How long have you been waiting?
Thus far, you have faced each other as rivals. The feat of repast, however, will test your cooperation. You must complete this challenge in teams of 2.
What? You expect us to work with one of these weaklings?
Be warned. Only the triumphant team will receive keystones. I advise you to cooperate with your partner. Teams will be decided by lots. Those who draw the same color will be paired accordingly.
Oh, please don't let it be.
Twelve forbid Wuklamat is paired with Bakul Jaja. After all he's put her through, I wouldn't blame her if she did something rash. I might even help.
Yes, slaughter one of the heads, that way it can die.
Claimants, please present your colors.
Red?
I have red.
Blue.
On separate teams, then. And the rest?
Red. Which means...
Oh, thank goodness.
Together again, as fate would have it.
Victory's as good as ours.
With our claimants thus paired, so too is their opposition.
Not the one-head.
Listen well, for the trial that awaits you is as follows.
That voice sounds familiar. Where do I know that voice? I gotta look this up. Louise Bermudes. I know I butchered that name, but he's been in several Final Fantasy works. Huh. Huh.
Each team is to prepare a sample of traditional Shebrol cuisine. Shibruk Pibil.
Oh no! Are we actually gonna have to do like oh no! Please tell me that Gordon Ramsay isn't here.
And now we must cook. Another ludicrous feat.
So it might seem, but there's bound to be deeper meaning to it.
Agreed. Given that the very future of our nation is at stake, all parts of this rite must have significance.
Our promises have grown rather promising, wouldn't you say?
Thank Red.
Indeed. If I were to guess at the significance of the feat, Few things reflect the history and development of a culture so clearly as its culinary traditions.
The variety of stewed dishes in Garlean cuisine bespeaks their agricultural roots and cold climes, true.
The peoples we've met on our journey, they've all had different practices involving food and drink. The Hanu replenish their magical energies with reeds, while the Pelu have turned their fondness of beverages into a living. So basically, to know a people's cuisine is to know something of their ways.
With each feat, we have deepened our familiarity with a given community's history and culture. Is this what Father intended for us all along?
Probably.
But a leader with his vision must see that the past doesn't hold the answers we need. It is through embracing innovation, not adhering to tradition, that we will usher Tuli Yolal onto a more prosperous future.
And he's gone.
The rules are simple. The first team to prepare and partake of satisfactory Shibruk Bivir will be deemed victorious. You will be judged by your sample's taste and appearance, as well as your adherence to appropriate cooking techniques. Kitchens have been made available for your use. Note that you may be asked to retry should your dish fail to pass muster. Let the feat of repast begin.
Seriously, that's okay.
I've never actually heard of Shibruk Bibil before. What's it like, I wonder?
Huh. Well, we need to know about what this food is, so I need this. Ah. Da, 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 da. How fortunate that the Speaker's unique stipulations have frustrated Bakul Jaja's attempt to delay us. Serves him right. That's what you get for endangering my people with his schemes. Why doesn't he just compete fairly? He plays strong. Obviously he has a mind for strategy, twisted as it may be. Never understand him. Putting aside our competition with the moment, allow me to express how glad I am for this opportunity to work together. As I see it, our team possesses a distinct advantage. Of course we do. Any team I'm on is bound to succeed. Precisely. You mean we have an advantage in numbers, yes? I love the look that she gave him, like, the nerve! competition has a team of 6 to claim it, Sarajaja and Boroja's lackeys, whereas we have a team of 9. 3 more people we can mobilize. Tasks suitably delegated, it should be a brisk affair to learn the recipe and assemble necessary ingredients. Too easy. Oh, you must be overconfident, unless we make careless mistakes that could easily be avoided. First order of business should be determining the recipe for Zorku Pibich. There. We can't hardly gather ingredients for a dish we know nothing about. Given the nature of this feat, asking for answers may directly prove less effective by simply observing the daily habits of the Zabral people. Let's gather here once we've seen enough clues what the village has to offer. Recipe for Zibrupili. I wish I could tell you, friend. Dish so delicious it's meant to be shared. I swear forbidden from divulging anything. Orders from Harak himself. But you're mentioning it has given me a fierce craving. I hope there's still truck to be had at market. Iruk. We are car losses and head to Mamluk. This feat is nothing but a fool's errand. You're the fool if you think we won't obtain our hides for leather if we dare return without enough keystones. Besides, taken from the house cat before, how difficult can a second time be? What are you looking at, salt liquor? Mind your own business. Yay! I need some. There we are. Usual covered banana peel has been neatly arranged on the ground. Oh no! Here's my Nanul. Taki banana peel. I can barely see it from all the steam issuing from the underground oven. There's nothing like enjoy a tasty banana while you use the leaves in your cooking. Where am I going? I feel like I'm at Disney World, basically, just... Number of spices. Some seem entirely unfamiliar to you. That one's called a chocolate. We mostly use it to add a bit of color to our most popular cuisine. But its medicinal benefits are significant as well. Well, that's something. Whoa! Sheep! Sorry, I'm back. What did you discover about the dish? True, your prediction, the villagers have been educating us directly. However, many were still preparing it as one might a staple dish, observing techniques and other cuisines enough. Lady blending local herbs and spices were only too happy to describe the ones I didn't recognize. Neither confirming or denying relation to the dish. On one particular case, she contributed all to a common several dishes archetype, she called it. I see. Then if the dish is indeed a dish as brushes as often claims, we'll confirm the first ingredient. Meanwhile, I did observe a cook burying bundles wrapped in the leaf of nahul, or banana. In certain localities, you can see the use of subterranean ovens is commonplace. I saw the same. I think we all know what's inside those bundles, don't you? No doubt. As to be expected of a dish called simple, indeed. So to summarize, the dish is one of broth flavored with a combination of spices including octodot, steamed and ground nahul, or banana leaves. Given our assumptions are correct, we must now learn then where and how to store our ingredients. Staple cuisine, its ingredients will be close to hand, which is why Decker and I scouted surrounding forest while you are exploring the village. Between local vegetation and wild earth, we should have everything we need in regards to meat and spices. Heh, leave it to you, Master Leader. With that, we should include next to divvy up our tasks. While some gather ingredients, others should be make ready in the kitchen. I can help prepare the kitchen. Put me to assist as well. Our ovens will doubtless require firewood, and I have some expertise in its gathering. I too should be glad to volunteer my aid. The rest of us will gather ingredients. I can make a quick look at the spices and herbs myself. Happy to lend some suitable ikram if they prefer request indeed, I'll say. As for the nahul leaves, I believe I'm capable of acquiring that much on my own. Be warned, you won't find in all of these spots. They're not grown in Ja Chile Heartlands, forest below these. Such an excursion may be time-consuming. Perhaps I ought to try bartering first. Feet encourage our communication with locals, I thought. Marty, Torellis, if you could accompany on my errand. Better way to whet my appetite. Good. Let's be about our test then. Why do I have a feeling this is gonna make me hungry? Come on, let's go and get those Noah leaves. Sure we do? Sure we can eat. Let's see if there are Noah leaves in the town. Perhaps the cook Orianja mentioned might be persuaded to lend us a few. Sorry, I was coughing a bit. No. Let's see. Alright. Oh, hello again. Did you need something? No leaves. For purposes other than the dish, naturally. Unfortunately, I've just used my last. You have to travel to Lower Forest for more. Gulmak Grove is the source of the finest Noah leaves you'll find. Wild variants sometimes you see in markets can't compare. I see. I had hoped to avoid such a lengthy venture, but if there's no other way to obtain the ingredient, then to the Heartland we will go. Allow me to save you the trip. Traveling there requires you to go through the traverse, but has been caved in due to the recent storm, I expect. What? But that means we can't go get our Mahul leaves. We can we? there was no other way of producing them, you would have suspended this feat, or else altered the objective. Perhaps. Anyway, I apologize for the interruption, but having overheard your conversation, I felt compelled to chime in. It's very kind of you. Any last minute advice would be willing to share? Only to undertake in the feat of repast with an empty stomach. You may find the dish to be delicious, but daunting to finish. Can't wait. Still, if there are no leaves here, I can't travel for more. How are we supposed to gather all our ingredients? Feats are meant to deepen our understanding of the peoples and the cultures. So perhaps there's something about the dish that we have yet to learn. Something of significance other than the recipe or ingredients. Oh, I see. Like, who was the first to make it? It's history, that sort of thing. If it's Yaktel's history you're interested, you should start with the old war. Between Zabra and the Mamujal, right? These wars have become long witness to centuries of warfare, the evidence of which remains a scar upon the earth. To know the end of the bloodshed is to know Zahu Pibli. Huh? What does Steam Ibrook have to do with bloodshed? Precisely the question we must answer. Vexing. Though such a detour may seem, I can think of no other way to approach this feat. In that case, you may wish to visit the site of the settlement ruined by the war, village of Leeson Asil. It lies a short distance to the east. Understood. Thank you for the help. Come, let's go see this place. Oh, at least it's not, rain stops. Village of, must be further east. Let's continue with haste. For all we know, our competitors may be on our heels. Uh-oh. We'll be right back, guys. Sorry, I need to get another drink. I'll be right back. Oh, stretch. Thank you, Charlotte. I will be right back. Back. So this is the village, or what's left of it. It was a place of light and life. My great-grandfather called it home, in fact. Oh, Kivu! I didn't know you were in Yaktahi. I was picking up lumber. I heard the Third Province was on our way into this site of deep historical significance. I immediately saw another opportunity to be of service, and so I followed you here. Wikavu is the shipwright who came to our aid during the Feat of Reeds. A pleasure. You are a member of Third Province's Ritway, I presume? For the moment I am. My name is Kona. Pleased to meet your acquaintance. Kona. Now there's a good name. A familiar name. Where have I heard? Kona? As in the second province of Torieli? To think that he addressed a dancer of his own son as common retainer. Such disrespecting elements, excuse me. Please take your gun and pen. Come on, not this again! I took no offense, so please do not dwell on it. Alright then, I shall not dwell on it. And right on cue! At least it's consistent. Understandably, you wish to learn about this village. I am forbidden by the Yosrak to divulge any information regarding its participation. I would be happy to share what I know of its history. We appreciate it. In the most basic sense, the conflict between Zabral and Malja was one of land. The Jah lived in the lower forest, where the thick canopy obscures the sun and the soil is unforgiving for crops. This drove them to convert the upper forest, home of the Zabral, and launched a determined campaign to seize it for themselves. Yet, advantage ever favors the high ground. It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground! And the Zabral forces held the upper hand against the invaders, rebuffing them time and time again. But as the state of the village would attest, the tide eventually turned, brought it about. Something you all know too well. Blessed siblings. Sorry about that. You must understand that Mamul Jah were once people much at war with themselves than they were with others. Hobingo, Bungana, and Dopero each sought to assert dominance over the others, even as they engaged in brawling battle. In an effort to strengthen bonds discouraged infighting, Homojo and Bowina leaders arranged a marriage between their children. However, this political measure altered the course of history in ways no one could have ever imagined. It was long believed that partners of differing clans would not have children together. Then happened. A child arrived who shared the blood of Hobingo and Moana both. A two-headed Mombulja. Blessed with tremendous physical strength and magical prowess, he grew into a mighty warrior before eventually arising as the first Archroch, ruler of all three clans. Such qualities would dispose anyone to leadership, character notwithstanding. Under the Archroch rule, the newly united Mumblejaw became a force to be feared, and war soon came to a head. I think it's best to use the results firsthand. This is another battlefield from the time where I shall continue the tale. Oh, wow.
This is where most battles were fought between the Shabral and Mamulja, the Shobrit Cinder Field.
A field of cinders, indeed. How fierce their clashes must have been.
The war over these lands began after the Yokui's departure some 500 years ago. And for 4 centuries thereafter, the two enemies repaid violence with violence. A constant stream of minor skirmishes, punctuated by massive slaughter.
Jeez.
Until Father ended their endless conflict 80 years ago.
Accompanied by a retinue of only 6, the Dawn Servant opposed both armies and brought the fighting to a standstill.
First they sealed Valley Armanda at full strength, and now this.
It was during this armistice that both sides gathered for negotiations at the Dawn Servant's behest.
For too long, you have been bound by your ancestors' violent legacy. It is past time you broke free of it.
Tell that to the Scale Scum! We fight to protect what is rightfully ours. If not for their greed, we'd be living in peace.
Buff your tails and scurry off, then! Cowards like you ill-deserve the bounty of this forest.
Even should one of you succeed in vanquishing the other, your triumph will last only until a new invader arrives. Tell me, do you know of the vast continent that lies far to the east, where numerous nations vie for dominance? You do not. And why should you? Affairs beyond the salt we have no intention to cross are of no consequence to us. Not until those affairs come to Tural, like our honored visitor here.
He's from across the ocean.
I've been to the ocean before, and it's nothing but water farther than the eye can see. What sort of vessel could possibly reach its end?
That such technology exists is indisputable, as is foreign powers' awareness of Tural.
Did they seriously not want to know what a boat is?
If any such country were to develop a taste for Turali soil and bring to bear the might of innovations we can only imagine, what do you suppose happens then?
Whoa.
You do not know the warlords of the East, but you know that if they came, they would not settle for a single forest.
We don't need no stinking forests.
By joining hands, we might create a unified front, an alliance capable of repelling them or any other foe. There is no greater proof of these than my companions and I. Alone we are weak, but together we triumphed over Valigarmanda.
What? You defeated the Sky Ruin? I'd take you for a liar if the sting of our own defeat wasn't still fresh.
Their coordination was indeed impressive. How the Pelu stymied our efforts to cripple the Yokui's legs and defend our ballistas. And when we withdrew to strike again from a distance, the Hanu called the winds to make our arrows miss their marks. In seeking to exploit their weaknesses, we only subjected ourselves to their strengths.
Those strengths are born of cooperation. The guiding principle of the nation we envision.
But our feud has lasted for centuries. How do you expect us to join hands now?
Ha ha! Give us an evening to convince you.
What's that?
And so began that legendary banquet. One would not expect sworn enemies to abruptly drink to each other's health, and, indeed, a tense silence hung over the venue. But then, the Dawn Servant called for the exchange of traditional cuisine. So it was that the Mamulja partook of spiced meat, and the Chebral steamed Najul. Before long, delight manifested upon the faces of those present, each side impressed by the other's dish. Seeing this, the Dawn Servant laughed and declared once more, their flavors, he said, would be even better combined, and he proceeded to help them prepare the new creation.
That's Shibruk Pibil, I'd wager.
It is a marriage of Chebral and Mamulja cultures, and proof of their newfound cooperation. The Dawn Servant had asked for a single evening, but the feasting is said to have lasted 3 days and 3 nights. So delicious was their repast. In the end, a peace accord was reached, and the Dawn Servant's words at that time still illuminate our way forward.
Ignorance begets strife. Understanding begets fellowship.
Sorry. It's just to think that he ended an age-old conflict with food. It's all so absurd. It's somehow so very papa, I couldn't help but laugh.
Ignorance begets strife. Understanding begets fellowship.
Now then, I trust you understand the significance of Shibruk Bibil and the history it has written.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing the story with us. What's wrong?
I thought I saw...
Someone was there, you say?
Perhaps our competition is cooking up some scheme or another.
Something bitter and half-baked, no doubt.
I don't think so. Seemed... Papa really did live up to his words. He traveled land and learned about our people's myriad cultures. We're doing the same now. Da 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 da. Ooh. Wukavu giving us a valuable insight to the origins of Pibble. However, we're no closer to procuring the necessary node leaves, unless... Tell me, what was that historical... Was that historical feast commemorated in some fashion? The monument, for instance. Indeed it was. Let me show you. So Archimedes. Pardon me? Whoa. Huh. Here it is. Offered up by the two factions, these weapons symbolize their vow that they would never again raise arms against each other. Since this feat demands a journey through history, I thought it only logical that a monument like this might steer us true, especially when the hardest significance as a battlefield. Lamanti, Terelius, would you help me search this area for clues? Tell me if anything catches your eye. Sure thing. Okay, soil has been recently overturned. Ooh, someone buried a box. Ah, well, I've been satisfied to find only a hint, but here they are, fresh and old leaves. Mom's rooks are doing, I wager. There's poetry behind them in this battlefield, given the central of the war they all helped in. So I planned this all from the start. Thank you again, Wolfenu. Ivu. We wouldn't have found these leaves without your help. It was my own unwritten assistance. And with apologies to the present company, allow me to offer my encouragement as well, their promise. Ever since I witnessed your performance at the Feast of Reeds, I've been given certain that you are the claimant most worthy of leading our nation. All devised solutions to the Hanu's ailing crops, but you alone sought to know their culture and revive Hinahina, even if it seemed too unrelated to your task. In my humble opinion, no one else cares more for the people of Toriel and what they hold dear. Should you again require the historical musings of an old shipwright, I'm ever at your service. For now, I take my leave. Can't argue with that. We have what we need. Let's return. Thinking maybe I should change my coat color. That was successful. Well, they should be back soon, I expect. I hope so. I'm famished. How did everyone fare? We got the noble leaves. Wakaru came along and helped us find them. Wakaru was here. I'd like to say hello. Yes, he gave us an important history lesson. That Gul Jaja brought it into centuries of warfare surprises me little. To achieve said peace through cuisine is something else entirely. Leave it to my old man to find the oddest of solutions. How about the rest of you? Is our kitchen ready? Everything should be in order. Ryanja and I made another tour of the village, borrowed the cooking utensils we need, with no mention of what we need them for, of course. I'm pleased to report we are stocked with the finest firewood this forest has to offer. Spoken like a true expert. Annabelle and I found our acre brew. We should have meat plenty. It was a spirited creature, so much so that a hunter fell down a sea note trying to catch it. Part of never speak of this to anyone did you not understand? Picked a good portion of local herbs. Particular attention to the seeds that yield Ocarite. I'm told our resident astrologer divined the appropriate measurements for the seasoning as well. Through further inquiry, did I determine the ideal balance of spices? Then all that remains is to prepare the dish itself. I presume at least one among us is versed in culinary arts. I can hardly claim an profound skill, but I have cooked myself. You can leave the rest to me. And you, I hope. I could use your adventurer's grit when it comes to skinning the emperor. I can barely pronounce these names. Ooh, my mouth is watering already. Without further delay then. Pardon me.
Oh, it smells so good.
Good, there is still time. I shall prepare our sample at once.
At first, I wasn't sure about being stuck with the one head. But better that than playing nanny to the mewling house cat.
Be quiet, Bakul Jaja. No one cares what you think.
Huh. Act tough all you like. Victory will be ours.
It's ready. Apologies for the wait. We submit to you our Shibruk Pibil.
This looks amazing!
The dish is prepared by using the culinary techniques of the Mamulja to cook the spiced meats favored by the Jabral. It is a symbol of peace between their two peoples after centuries of war.
Both the ingredients and your methods appear to have been correct. Now then. In taste, texture, and aroma, you have recreated Shibruk Bibil admirably. Granted, anyone might well achieve similar results by following the recipe to the letter. But you went a step further. You sought to learn the cultural significance of the dish, about Yoktel's history of violence and your father's role in ending it. Your willingness to take lessons from the past befits aspiring Dawn servants. And for that, I commend you. All that remains is to partake of your creation. True understanding is gained only through experience.
Now this is something I'm definitely good at.
Ahem. I believe we have yet to receive our assessment. Ours is also a faithful example of Shibruk Pibil, as you will no doubt agree.
Just inhales it.
I see. While your effort looks the part, unlike the second and third promises dish, it lacks its defining aroma.
Preposterous! The meat was marinated in spice before being steamed in an earthen oven. This is Shibruk Pibil.
Oh? And what about the Jatika banana leaf?
It's because of you that we couldn't get any damn leaves! You can't fault us!
But the second and third promises had no such difficulty, did they? That which they needed they acquired simply by showing interest in our history and heritage.
Ugh, it's just some crusty old leaf. What difference could it make?
Your dish lacks an essential ingredient. As you have failed to demonstrate an adequate understanding of Shibruk Pibil, I must deem your performance unsatisfactory. Your team will not receive keystones.
This was stupid anyway.
His ambition only grows more intense. That someone could harbor such dark thoughts towards family.
What do I care for this sham of a feat? I can always take what I need later.
This is delicious! The brook is so tender it melts in your mouth, and the way the najou leaf rounds out these spices is sublime.
I love that look on her face.
This is the taste of harmony. Someone who only knows brute force and deception could never appreciate it.
Wuklamot, will you stop teasing? Don't taunt them. It's tacky.
Choke on your harmony.
Come, come. Finish your meal. That too is part of the feat.
You don't have to tell me twice. Ah, that was bliss.
It was palatable enough, I suppose.
Oh, Kona.
To you, who have successfully performed the feat of repast, I present these keystones.
Only 1 feet left.
Well, I should get going then. I'm glad that I wasn't paired with one of the others.
We can do better than that, surely.
The 6th keystone is ours. Thanks for all your help, everyone.
Now for the 7th.
I forgot something important.
Huh?
Was there any Shibruk people left? I could really use another helping.
Ah, jeez. Alright, final feat. That was so good. I'm already looking forward to having Zora PP again. People again. Here, Charles. Could have made more using leftover ingredients. You'll love it. I'm thinking to buy more for the road myself. Now the feat of repast is over, villagers should be free to offer it to us, right? Ooh. Nice. Okay. New wares are now available from the Zabral merchants. Da, 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 da. Seeing as the way we now face the opponent objective right, it'd be wise to travel to Mamuka and undertake the feat of Brotherhood without delay. Wise, yes, but impossible. The traverse, which connects the upper forest to the heartland, is still impassable. Is there no other route? I'm afraid not. Work to clear the path is underway, though, so I'm hopeful we can resume our journey soon. Let's see to use the time we see fit. I, for one, would like to explore the village's surrounds. If Arendelle would oblige me with the tour. Very well, I have no other engagements. I'll come along with you, if only to provide them. I am capable of keeping my footing. Though I shouldn't rejoice in our delay, it does afford me an opportunity to look into my grandfather's purpose here. Oh, that's right. My Blue did say something about a foreign mage coming through here decades back, didn't she? I'll come with you. Want to join Steroids? Let's reconvene here. As I recall, Merchant met Grandfather in market some 20 years ago. Any who might reliably remember him must therefore be at least middle-aged. Let's make our inquiries when we can. Da, 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 da. Foreign mage 20 years ago. Yeah, certainly. Not often we get visitors from across the salt, let alone those traveling with infants. Maybe girls are cool. Only saw them passing mind. If anyone wants to know more, I imagine it'd be Mark Rock, who is already as a Rock said. Maybe girl. That could have been. Thank you, sir. The information is helpful. Ooh, I'm already over my 3-hour mark. Sorry guys. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to end the stream here. Stay tuned for announcements, please. Thank you all so much for joining me. I deeply appreciate every single one of you. I really hope you realize this. If you like this video and you want to see more content, please feel free to hit that follow button. Make sure your notification bell is on. That being said, my normal stream days are Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. US Central Time, guys. Please don't forget. Whew. I have a YouTube account. It is under the same name. Please check it out. I archive all my videos at the end of every week. So if you see anything you have that I have not completed and you want to see me finish that up, let me know and I'll work on that. I also do have a Discord. Feel free to join that as well. D&D nights are on Mondays at 5 US Central Time, guys. Unfortunately, this upcoming Monday is not gonna be D&D because Krista, our resident dragon friend, who is also a moderator, by the way, is going on vacation. She is taking a cruise, and I am jealous. I hope she has fun, and yeah, I feel like she definitely needs a vacation. I had a vacation recently this month, or last month, and all I can say is I really wish it ended up better. That's all I can say. Whew. So next week it's gonna be, I'm not really sure. Not really sure what's gonna happen. Most likely gonna be Final Fantasy XIV. That much is obvious. Maybe some Wizard 101 mixed in too. All I do know is that tomorrow I am gonna have to do some college work. I only have 2 classes, but I want to get ahead, you know? Plus, I'm probably gonna be working on the new intro for the D&D session, adding a few things, you know. But yeah, that's what I got going on for me. I hope you guys are gonna look forward to it. I know I am. But let's find someone to raid. Who is on? Is there anyone on? There are a couple people on. Sure, why not? Pixel Kitten is playing Repo. I have heard about this game. I have seen a bunch of videos of people just playing this. Yeah, sure. Once again, I want to thank you all so much for joining, and I hope to see you guys on Sunday. Same old time, same old channel. So long, thanks for all the fish, and good night, everyone.